The other day, Kathleen and I came in and we spent the whole day cleaning the interior, but I wanted to open up the top. We opened it up, but the switch wasn't working the motor. So Petey's got the motor working now. And what he's done is he's filled it with some more hydraulic fluid, and he's working it back and forth until we can get this top to go all the way forward and all the way back. And once we've got that finished, I can start putting the interior back together. We're waiting for the master cylinders so we can get all the brakes working. I've got to switch out the tires still, and pretty soon this old baby's going to be back on the road. My daughter Katie is helping me. She's actually been polishing the car, and I just gave her some money and 2 colors that I picked color chips for, and I asked her to go get some fingernail polish. We'll use that fingernail polish to do some brush touching, because the paint today here in California is waterborne, and when you brush a waterborne paint, then you have to put clear on it. But a fingernail polish is a done color. It should be exactly what you're putting on, and it'll look fantastic. And hopefully we can cover a lot of the little chips and nicks that are in the car without it looking bad. This rubber right here, it had it on the inside so the window would come up and fit in it, but it needs to be over there, so maybe I can trim some of that out. Let's bring it up all the way. See where that's at, because it gets stuck in that. Could take it back the other way. Maybe we can trim that. I think it just.
I think it's just right on that piece there.
See, it binds up right here, and then it flips. Go ahead. This is going like that, and then it's going back that way. Go ahead and come up. It seems to be that rubber. Okay, now go back the other way. Yeah, it's trying to pull that out. Keep going. I think it was blue originally, and they painted it black because the blue is underneath all the black. Factory was blue. It's pretty interesting how they did these customs back in the day. It wasn't about detail, it was about overall. And what I mean by that is the fact that they really didn't detail anything. It was just, let's do a gold engine compartment, and they've simply opened the hood, taped off the fenders, and painted everything gold other than the valve covers and the blower that was put in painted red. So it was, you know, when you open this hood back in the day, it would have been gold and this really beautiful candy red blower that would have become the focal point of the engine compartment. It wasn't about detail. Every wire that was on the firewall and on the side panels, everything got painted. I think they probably pulled the battery out unless the battery was replaced, because it wasn't gold, but everything else was gold. And you know, I'm keeping it as it was, just cleaning it up. There's a few things that I'll come back in and I'll repaint, probably the intake, because it's so rusty. Probably there may have been some critters that got in here. I know there was a cat, because the cat destroyed the hubcaps. I believe the cat is the one that destroyed the valve covers. I ended up re-chroming the valve covers because they were so bad, and that's why the intake has no paint on it. I think the cats were probably using this as their restroom, and you know, sad, but that's where all the paint and the good chrome went. So, like I said before, I'm not trying to restore this car. I'm trying to preserve it, but some of it needs to be restored just to preserve it. Well, my good friend Corky Coker sent me some brand new tires, and Al Velour from US Wheels made a brand new set of wheels for me. The blue that you see on the white wall is actually a protective coating, and it's water soluble. So we'll get that wet. I'm gonna scrub them real good. We'll pull all the stickers off. My goal is to pull the tires that are on the car off. They're beautiful wheels and tires on the car now. They look almost brand new, but they're over 50 years old. I don't want to drive on those. So I'm replacing them. We're going to save those. If somebody buys this car from a museum and they want to display it, they can display those original wheels. But if somebody wants to buy this and enjoy it and drive it, like I want to drive it before we sell it, new tires, new wheels. You can see how the water just takes that blue off, but when I get in there and scrub it, it'll come off real nice, fresh, brand new, clean white wall. It's pretty nice that I was able to call Corky at Cooker Tire, give him a couple pictures and a couple numbers of what I had on this car, and I got an exact replacement of the same size tire and the same size white wall. This is exactly what was on the car when George Barris finished it, and it'll be on the car when we sell it. Did you find something you like?
I found too many. I think I got this one. And
Cool,
then
look at that.
some of these. I got all of these.
Perfect. Do you know which ones are which?
We can test them again. I know that. I think I know which one this one is,
Okay.
and this one is this red, which is very bright. I was thinking
Cool.
you could probably mix them.
All right. Thank you.
Pretty baby, I love your eyes, oh pretty baby. I tell no lies, oh pretty baby. I can't disguise my love. You're the only girl on my list, 'cause there's no other this guy could miss. So pretty baby, life changed when I kissed you. My love.
It's kind of right in between. Well, I gave Katie these two colors to go and find some fingernail polish so we could use it to brush touch the car. So, and I just took those two colors and looked at, you know, the color is a little splotchy on the car due to age. So I'm just taking those two colors and looking at which one's closest. It's a little bit darker than that. She's got a couple of these that are a little bit darker, so I'm gonna find that one. The nice thing about this fingernail polish is it comes with a touch-up brush. We'll see how it dries. I'm hoping that it'll dry a little bit dark. If not, then I'll find a darker one. Right there, it's not too bad. That's the culprit. That's digging in over there when it gets closed. That looks like it's probably, well, actually that's already drying darker.
Yeah.
So I think I got the right one there. That's pretty good there. And stippling motion seems to help with that spray gun finish. See that yellow on the firewall? I'll cover that up too. There's got to be something hitting that. Well, the holes are starting to look really good. We got that fingernail polish. We brush touched it here and there. We're waiting for Richard at Magnaflow is building some duplicates of the original glass packs, and we'll get those back here. The exhaust system is so rotted out that we have to replace that. That's really the next major hurdle that we've got to do. We've got the top working. We're waiting for the master cylinder to come back. I've got to pull the carpet back up, bolt that in because the bolts go through the driver's floorboard. I can get the carpet back in, get all the interior back in. We've still got the sides, the fender skirts, the rear quarter skirts that I've got to clean up and put those back on. And then there's still a decision to make whether we put the original side pipes back on. They weren't on the car when George Barris first finished it, but they were on it later. I'm going to make the decision. I've got those back from the chrome shop. They were really bad. I re-chromed it. I'm going to stick them on and make a call whether we leave them there or not, because to me, I really want the car to be exactly the way it was when it left George Barris's shop. It didn't have them then. I can make that decision whether we run them or not. We've got the tires on. I've still got to put the hubcaps on, but I imagine the wheels are going to have to come off one last time to bleed the brakes. We'll get that finished. Next major thing is go out and enjoy it. The cool thing is we had duplicate license plates made of the original plates that were on the car when John and his brother bought it. So we're going to put those back on because I imagine, I haven't checked it, but I imagine that the title for the car would have that plate number on it as well. And here's John and his brother. They're looking at George when he is fitting the headlights. Now you notice that license plate, ADW 139. It's the plate that was on the car when it was originally finished, and probably the plate that was on the car when John and his brother bought it. Now, on the keychain, they have that ADW 139, which is a really cool little detail. But somewhere along the line, you know, new plates had to come onto the car when they registered it, and they lost that plate. Well, we found a place down in Florida that remakes those plates. I would imagine that the title still has this plate number on the title, because you don't change the title when you change your registration. So we've got that original plate. We've got a front and a rear. It'll go back on the car when it's all done. It's one of those cool details that I think really makes this whole preservation of this car. Do